I'm Stuart Thompson, editor of Digital TV Europe. I'm here with Ronny Verhelst, who's the CEO of Tele in Germany. Ronny, you've just launched a new TV service called Advanced TV. Can you tell me a little bit about that and where it fits into your overall portfolio of services?
Well, as you probably know, we are in the genes, we are a TV company. We used to have analog TV as a service offering to our customer base. And I think it's about time now that for the German people as well, interested in more in catch-up TV, in video on demand, in iPhone viewing, in tablet viewing. And that's the reason why we thought it would make sense to offer an advanced TV platform, including all these features. Now, being a bit late in the game is giving us a little bit of advantage that we are now able to offer the latest functionalities, latest technology, and very proud that we could launch that at the beginning of this year.
Now, you recently launched the Advanced TV service. Can you tell me a little bit about how important TV is to your overall proposition and where that new service fits in?
Well, obviously, since we have been doing some acquisitions, we have a lot of brands in our portfolio. So we still now go to the market with different brands. I don't know how many exactly we have as consumer brands in our company. And we do have the plan to come out with one unique consumer brand. Now, the timing for that is a bit crucial because I don't want to make the mistake that we launch a new brand first and then we do some migrations where we upset maybe potentially some customers. We hope not to do that, but you never know that something goes wrong and that you don't have the fantastic brand as you would love to have. So the timing there is crucial. So we first want to do some migration stuff, mostly IT migration, and then come up with a new nationwide unique consumer brand. That is the plan.
So how would you define your overall proposition in terms of what are the key battlegrounds in Germany? Is it about TV? Is it about broadband or mobile, for example?
First, let me start with broadband. My main competitors are the DSL providers, both the Deutsche Telekom or the wholesale providers on DSL. Now, in Germany, you have the situation now at this moment in time that roughly 60% of the coverage is VDSL coverage. The remaining 40% is ADSL. In my footprint, I can offer to my full subscriber base 200 megabit per second. And in most of the cases, more than 1 million households now, I can offer 400 megabit per second. Compared to DSL providers, ADSL is 16 megabit per second, VDSL is roughly a 50 megabit per second. So that means that from a competitive point of view, I outperform all the DSL providers. And that's why it makes it so successful for our company that we gain market share. If you look at the net additions market from the last quarter, I think it's clear that we outperform everybody because of our advantage in speed. If you come to the TV world, that's a little bit a different game. You know the typical example of the housing association world in Germany, where your first competition is on housing associations. There I compete against the classical Unity Medias, Vodafone, Cabo Deutschland. Once you are in there, once you have a contract with the housing association, then you can offer the triple play services exclusively on your cable, on the cable you have, to the customer base. So that's why it's a kind of a two-tier competitive structure. First of all on TV, once you're done in TV, then you compete against DSL. That is the situation.
Now, looking at the mobile side, where does that fit into the services that you offer? And is there a market for converged services in Germany?
Maybe a couple of things there. First of all, I think Germany is a little bit lacking behind in this convergence exercise compared to other countries, compared to the Benelux, compared to Italy, compared to Spain and so on. So they're lacking behind, but you can clearly see that there are some efforts from competitors to go into that way. So to go to the so-called quadruple play. I think momentum will come. It's not there yet. Take-up is not great, I think, if I understand the figures from my competitors and my peers, but it will come. So I'm a strong believer that at the end of the day, there will be some mobile to fixed convergence at the end of the day. Does it have to be with a full-fledged network owner who has both networks, fixed network and mobile network? I don't think so. I think you can be very smart in having also an MVNO, for example, as we have, to be able to offer to your customer base the quadruple play, so the products they want. So you don't have to own the network. I think you can also do that in other ways than owning the network.
How significant a constraint on your growth is the unconsolidated nature of German cable, and What further plans do you have for consolidation?
Two tiers there as well, I think. So the first one is, yes, we indicate that we are still interested in acquiring smaller cable companies. In Germany, you have the situation where you have a lot of these smaller, mostly family-owned businesses with 20,000 homes connected, with 30,000 homes connected, so very independent. Most of these companies, they only offer TV services, most of it analog TV services. So I think a very difficult, sustainable, longer-term sustainable business to be in. If you're not able, in our industry, if you're not able to offer triple play, I think it's a very risky business to be in. So I think the window is there that these people, because investments to go to triple play is quite high, so there is a momentum where these people probably will look at maybe we should sell off because we will lose our customers longer term, and that's the moment where we say we are there, we want to consolidate these smaller players into our platform. That's the first consolidation. On the next level of consolidation, I am a strong believer that will happen as well. I think my colleagues on the panel this morning also said that further consolidation will happen in Europe. If you compare to other countries or other continents like the US or like China, we are still very fragmented in Europe, also in Germany. So I strongly believe that further consolidation will happen. When? It's a difficult question. I think the last one that a CEO you don't control is that kind of stuff. You control everything you can do in your company. External factors you don't control. But I would be surprised in 5 years from now that the landscape as it is now would still exist in 5 years. So I think that will be further consolidated. Yes.
Now you've recently made a series of acquisitions, including Primacom and Pepcom. What's your overall vision for the company?
Next steps in the company evolution is probably not very typical for a cable company. I think my dream is that at the end of the day we have 100% passionate employees, because I believe that is the core of everything. If you have passionate employees, they probably take care of passionate customers. And if you have passionate customers about your products, about your service, that means that they probably will reward you for that. And that is at the end of the day my dream.